Head coach Geordie Wilson of the Winnipeg Rifles joining us here on riflesfootball.com. Coach, coming off, I will say, a disappointing loss in Saskatoon because, by all accounts, your team played well, but I'm personally impressed with your message since that game, and that's no silver linings. You need the W.
No, absolutely we do. And I mean, that game, my gears were grinding really bad after that game from losing that one because we literally had them on the ropes, man. We really did, and it was, we ran like that punt back on the opening kickoff. We recovered that, went down on a drive, scored, kickoff to them, 2-out on the defense. We come back down, we're on the 35-yard line, and I'm gonna say it, the referee made a terrible call. Like we had a first down, we picked up 11, and they called a UR on Jake Rogers. And I was livid at him. Like, I actually benched him for the quarter because I thought he took a cheap shot. Ended up what they called him on was a block below the knee. You can cut block in our league as long as it's above the knee. When we watched back on the thing, he was what they call the tight end box. He was inside there. Beautiful block. They flagged him. And then they called our center on the next play on the exact same call. And again, it was a terrible call. So all of a sudden now we end up being 3rd and 40. And we punt it. And right at the point of attack where the kid catches the ball, like a direct block in the back, creates a seam, the kid runs down to the 1-yard line. So it was like, are you kidding me? And then we still clawed our way back. We were up 10-7. We were down, and then we were down. They had no answers. They ran a pitch pass to get their first score. So I mean, we had them, and we really did. I think we had gone up 14-0. They'd lost 2 games, and they're not the same Saskatoon Hilltops that have been in the past few years. We had them on the ropes, and then we let them off. Unfortunately, we got a young quarterback. And actually both our quarterbacks, he's a little bit older, but they're new to the league. And, they struggled in the second half in particular. So, we're trying to clean some stuff up. We're doing some work with them before practice all the time, just trying to get the reads down properly so we make some better decisions. They're both capable kids, and they can do a good job. We got to do a better job coaching and getting them ready. So that's kind of what we're doing.
Well, it's not the same Saskatoon Hilltops, but it's not the same Winnipeg Rifles either.
No.
What do you like in your team right now?
Well, it's interesting. I didn't see the video feed, but Dale was watching it, our president. He said, I guess in the last couple of minutes, when the game was, obviously they were going to win at that point, and they were saying, man, the Rifles could easily won this game today. And this team has improved so much from the start of the season. And they said, this is a team you don't want to play in the playoffs. And I think that's the thing is we're there. And we talked about this week, building the foundation. We've done it brick by brick. And these guys, yes, they're young, but they're not rookies anymore. Right, so we've built the foundation. Now we got to finish, and we got to get that W. I mean, and that's the next step, getting the W and then being consistent doing that. And so that's kind of where we're pushing hard to get done this week is to finish and execute.
Well, you are a young team. Getting better every week is obviously the MO this season.
Yeah.
And you got 2 games now coming against a team that has struggled a lot this season in the Calgary Colts. They're going to be here on Sunday at Mustangs Field at Maple Grove Park, right behind us. Head on down. More information at riflesfootball.com. Tell us about the challenge that lies in the Colts.
Well, Colts are, I think when I was looking at it, I think they're the second oldest team in the league, to be honest with you. They have some pretty good athletes. Like, they really do. They've had some breakdowns from time to time. But I'm going to say this, and I mean, I know this might sound outrageous and people will, whatever. But I really believe this. Right now, the PFC is wide open. Like, 1 through 6 can win this thing. So it's just a matter of who's going to polish it up and who gets their game going in the right direction, who's healthy and all that kind of stuff. Calgary's they've got some good athletes, and they've got some guys that can play. Their defensive line's pretty good. They have some return guys that are fast. They got a decent running back. They're a pretty good team. They're going to be a challenge for us. And I mean, at the end of the day, if you can't score, you can't win. And we got to score. Like I said to our offense, we got to score a minimum of 21 points. If we can score 21, we're going to have a chance. But we got to score.
I don't know if your team will say it, but I'll say it. It's almost unfortunate with the way the schedule came out. The conference leading Regina Thunder, you had a rain game here with a lot of sloppiness and just like with wetness on the field, and then having to go on the road to Regina. Their team really looks to be rolling right now, but your team looks like it's getting back to some health. You went through some pretty tough times through August, and you got some new recruits in town.
We do, actually. We had an offensive lineman in Carson Chamberlain-Braz. He was a Miles Mack kid. He was at a college in Kansas. And he's come back, and he's going to be in our starting lineup this week. He's a physical kid who 2 years ago when I was watching him in high school, I was like, just from, again, he's not a giant or anything like that, but he was the best offensive lineman that I had seen because he's tenacious. Like, he fires off the ball. He's engaged with people. He's a bit of a pit bull out there, so he's good. And then we have Shaquai Salant, who had played for us before. Shakeaway was running a business in Vancouver, came back. We added him in, and then Eric Adams, who's been with the Bisons for the past 3 years. He's a Steinbach kid, and Eric's a heck of a football player too. So we're looking forward to it, and it's yeah. So we'll see how it all plays out. So those 3 guys are in the lineup this week, and then we've added another quarterback from Maples. And from Brown, and he's a good athlete, man. So we're excited to have him and kind of see how we unfold as we move forward.
Now, you made a quarterback change mid-game in your last home game here. Thomas Hubbard getting the start in his first in the PFC and junior football last week in Saskatoon. Tell us about your new QB.
Well, Thomas is a good kid. Like, he's been at Oak Park, and he was here when he was an underclassman coming to our camps and did a good job. And actually, it's funny, like, I'm going to say 3 years ago probably was now. It's hard to track with the COVID year. Yeah. But he came in, and actually, I didn't realize he was a grade 11 at that point, because actually I would have kept him then. I mean, he was, I'm not saying he was a starter, but I mean, we would have kept him around our team, probably as a 3 or something. He has all the tools in the toolbox. And it's just now what we really have to do a better job of, and what we're working on, is coaching his eyes. So he sees stuff and he understands. Like Saskatoon, like predominantly you can almost bet on it in 1st and 10 they're going to be in cover 3, and you know what it's going to be in. And we're trying to get him when he breaks the huddle now. We've called it past, the concept that we've called. Okay, you know what the coverage is going to be. Where should you be looking? Here to here, and that's kind of what we're trying to work on his eyes right now. And I think once we get that cleared up, I mean, he can do it. I mean, again, he's 19 years old. That was his first start in Saskatoon. I mean, I'm sure, but he came out great in the first quarter. He made some mistakes, but then he kind of got a little bit overwhelmed and got a little happy feet in the pocket in the second half. But we'll work on that. I do. I think he's got a great deal of upside, and we expect him to play well this week.
Yeah, it should be fun to watch. Rifles Colts goes down right here at Maple Grove Park at St. Vital Mustangs Field in South Winnipeg, Sunday, 1 o'clock. Come on down. You need to be double vaxxed as per Manitoba health guidelines for any ticketed sporting event. More information on riflesfootball.com. If you're not able to make it down, cjfltv.com. Myself and Matt Rollison will have the play-by-play call. Geordie, good luck this week.
Thanks very much. Rifle up.